Welcome back to Masculine Cinema, where we recap iconic movies, their characters, their inspirations, and why they resonate with audiences universally. In today's episode, we are going to analyze two scenes from the movie Godfather, revolving around Michael and Sonny, two of the main characters of the movie. We will analyze their actions, their personality, and their ultimate fate sealed by their own actions. Our first scene starts with Vito's daughter Connie and her husband Carlo, a recently married couple trying to salvage an estranged marriage. Connie, the spoiled princess of the Corleone family, finds herself in an argument with her husband, which leads to a fight, ending with Carlo beating Connie. The abuse leads to the chain of events, emotional reaction, and a lack of critical thinking that seals the fate of Sonny Corleone. After the fight, Connie calls the Corleone family mansion. As the call is transferred to Sonny, he can't understand his sister's words properly because the children are crying in the background. Knowing Carlo's history of abuse towards Connie, Sonny, a hothead, makes an emotional decision to go out to deliver his own wrath upon Carlo. This act of vengeance is Sonny's first mistake that will lead to his ultimate demise. As Sonny rushes towards his car, he is stopped by his concierge, Tom Hagen, who tries to stop Sonny from going out alone. As he is completely aware of the impending danger, rival crime families have hired hit squads to Sonny out. Sonny is also completely aware of the danger to his life and his family, but he chooses to ignore it because in his own mind, he can deal with Carlo and his hit squad all by himself. Not releasing that this is a trap set by the enemies to kill him, Sonny pursues his vengeance. His concierge sends a squad of gunmen to protect Sonny as he rushes out of the house. This marks the second mistake in the chain of disasters leading up to Sonny's death. On his way to avenge his sister, Sonny is stopped at a toll checkpoint. This is the last nail in the coffin of mistakes and assumptions that leads to Sonny's demise. As Sonny stops to pay the toll tax on the checkpoint, the car in front of Sonny's car stops, and instead of moving forward, it slams right into his bumper. If this wasn't enough to indicate that Sonny had walked directly into a trap, the toll officer drops the change and quickly closes the toll counter. But Sonny's eyes are blinded by rage. A hit squad emerges from the adjacent building, and together, with men blocking his way, they open fire on Sonny. He is brutally massacred in the middle of the streets. Sonny's guard eventually reaches him, only to find a lifeless body littered with bullets. The Corleone family, after fighting this war with the rival crime families, has already been weakened. The Godfather, Vito Corleone, has been shot, and simply unfit to lead the family through this bad time. Moreover, after Michael kills the people responsible for the murder attempt on his father, he is hiding in Sicily. A separated and spoiled Connie continues to add to the problems of the family. At this point, Sonny is the de facto head of the Corleone family and the family business. Once Sonny is killed, the Corleone family breaks completely, and Don Vito Corleone has to accept peace in terms of his enemies. Sonny's emotional response and hot-headed nature not only ends up killing him, but also puts his whole family in danger. Now let's dissect another scene from the movie. The scene where Michael saves his father from an assassination attempt. After a business dispute with the rival crime factions of New York, there's an attempt made on Vito's life. Even though Vito Corleone survives the assassination attempt, his enemies are restless and want to finish the job. Michael, a war hero after hearing the news of his father's attempted murder, reconnects with his family and wants to visit his father as soon as possible. Upon visiting the hospital, Michael finds the hospital corridor empty and the hospital staff is gone. An eerie sense of danger washes over Michael, but Michael holds his calm. He finds his father completely ungraded and unprotected. Michael's soldier instincts kicked in. Understanding the sinister plot to play, he calls for help. This is Michael's first move in the right direction. Instead of trying to do everything on his own, he understands that he has overreached his position and calls for help. But Michael is completely aware of his situation. He knows that help might not arrive in time to save him and his father. That is why the precautionary measure Michael, with the help of the nurse, moves his father into another room. This allows Michael to buy time in case of an assassination attempt. After moving his father into a safer place, Michael stands guard beside his father's room. At this point, Michael sees a man approaching his father's room with flowers. Michael confronts him directly, only to find out that it is one of his father's workers. He introduces himself as Enzo the baker. After agreeing to stay, Michael makes good use of Enzo, sending him outside the hospital to watch out if any suspicious men enter the building. Michael enters his father's room and says to his unconscious father, "Just lie here, Pop. I'll take care of you now. I am with you now. I am with you." And then he kisses his father's hand. This shows the level of respect and love Michael has for his father, and that he understands the gravity of the situation he is in. Not only his father's life, but the entire Corleone family is at stake. But instead of doing something emotional, he acts with reason and logic. Michael joins Enzo outside the hospital building, realizing there will be hitmen coming to attack his father soon. He prepares Enzo by raising his jacket collars in the mafia style, and orders him to hold his hand in his pocket as if he is carrying a gun. Michael's clever thinking and preemptive measures eventually saves his father's life. Soon enough, a car approaches the hospital and approaches the hospital building with 2 hitmen inside. However, seeing that Vito Corleone is guarded and Michael is there to protect him, they leave, not before alarming the police on their payroll to clear the building. However, it is too late for Vito's enemies. Help has arrived. Corleone family concierge Tom Hagen, with several private detectives with firearms, arrives on the scene to present a legal challenge to the corrupt police officer. Vito Corleone and the Corleone name are safe, not because Michael was determined to protect his father at any cost, but because of his wise move, his clever thinking, and his unprecedented situational awareness. But what do we learn from the comparison of these two scenes from the Godfather movie? We learn that weak-minded people often think with anger and rage are the signs of strength. What they don't see is that they are the ones being dominated. These people become slaves to their own feelings and impulses, which lead them to the path of unrecoverable. True strength is acting with reason and logic while experiencing emotions to remain in control and not being controlled. In our case, Sonny acted with an impulse, and this one action dictated his own fate, while Michael acted rationally, and he saved his father and the Corleone name. Share your thoughts and lessons that you've learned through the Godfather movie. Before we sign off, a glimpse into our next venture.